I had done a video on different pails I had picked up. And I picked up quite a few. I picked up like 3 or 4 to have a look at them all. And there was one I had to send back and get a replacement, but even that one was broke. So, and I've always said I like to spend money once and know I have quality gear. Now, the other thing is when you're carrying a backpack, it's very important to consider weight. This is a folding bucket, 20 liter. It's the bigger one. And it's around $45, $50. It's more expensive. I have a link in the bottom. But it comes in this case. It weighs only approximately 4.5 ounces. And I have taken it out and put it in a couple times to see if it'll fit back in the case, and it does. You just really have to remember about this strapping and you'll be okay. Now, the biggest thing about a pail is a lot of people like to get is, will it stand up? Now, I wouldn't trust this. Okay. I really wouldn't. But there are ways to get around that. Now, I'm sure if the ground is really flat and there ain't no wind or any breeze, it'll probably stand up. But really, you attach some paracord, to this, attach it to a tree limb above you, and then you know it's not going to fall off. Now, you can siphon water from here out. You can sit back and do your dishes. You can clean yourself up. If you got yourself a washcloth, a little biodegradable soap, you're going to find it's a lot more convenient being out there. So you wipe your face down, you wipe your hands down. This is all very important. A lot of people don't understand how important it is to be able to clean up. A lot of people carry wipes on them because, they're out there doing a number 2, digging a hole. And you miss, your hands get dirty. And a lot of people put some hand cream sanitizer. You have to understand that stuff is not as good as soap and water. And that's just the truth. It is much better if you're near water, and Tennessee has water everywhere, then that's very important. If you live someplace like Arizona, then this may not be an item for you. But if you do have water everywhere like we have here, to me, this becomes a must. Now, if I would have bought the smaller one, the 10-liter one, a little bit cheaper, a little bit lighter, but I figured the more water I got, the better. The other thing I thought was pretty cool with this, I could throw a rock in the bottom of this and hook some rope to it and throw it off a bank and sink it and then pull it up and have water. There's this one place I go that has a big bank, and literally I had to climb on my belly just to get down there to get some water. And my hose for my filter barely didn't fit, but I was able to get water. But at the same time, I ended up catching poison ivy. If I could have just thrown a rock in here and threw it in the water, pulled it up, would have been a whole lot easier. There is a lot of things this can be used for when you're camping. How about clean clothes? Accidents happen. I have heard some crazy stories, where people were squatting and then they fell backwards, and what a mess. What a mess. But if you can wash your clothes in there and scrub them down and then string a rope and then hang them up, you could have yourself the difference between being very comfortable and not being very comfortable. So, is the Sea to Summit 20-liter bucket worth it? I say it is. I found no bad reviews of it ripping, tearing. Now, keep in mind, you don't want to wash forks or knives in this. You don't want to poke a hole in it and think you're at home and you just throw stuff in. You really want to keep your knife over here and maybe give it a little rinse. Don't touch any sides or anything. Then clean it off, right? Set it aside and do it like that. But I'll have a link to it in the bottom. Out of all the buckets I tried, and I made a video about the other ones, this has been the best bucket that I could actually find, but it's pricey. Catch you guys on the next one. It's only 5 minutes.